Hello, my name is John Paul, and I am a fellow of and an executive member of the IST, the Institute of Science and Technology, the professional body for the technical specialist practitioners and managers working in STEM, medicine and health, creative industries, and artificial intelligence. The information in this video is to help learners who have enrolled on the RTechAI course with key information on continuing professional development, more commonly referred to as CPD. This is a widely known and accepted process of ongoing learning by professionals. At the IST, we like to refer to our CPD instead as Personal and Professional Development, PPD. PPD is our way of coining our professional development here at the IST because it highlights the learning journey is personal to you and your personal journey is really important for your professional career. PPD is essential to keeping your skills sharp, your knowledge current, and your career on track, especially in fast evolving fields like artificial intelligence, data science, and machine learning. PPD is the process of actively updating your skills and knowledge throughout your registration journey, and it can be also applied to updating your skills throughout your career. But let's not forget a very important element of PPD, and this is it is a continual learning journey. Therefore, it's an important requirement every year to remain current. Because, as the name suggests, it's continual, it is actually better and more helpful to you if you complete your PPD after each activity, rather than struggling with a memory dump at the end of the year. This should also not just be a box ticking exercise. PPD should be intentional learning and has a purpose to help you grow professionally. PPD matters because the world isn't standing still. In areas like science and technology, what you learned 2 years ago could already be outdated. In the case of AI and machine learning, what you learned 2 weeks ago will probably already be out of date. We're seeing new models, new ethical challenges, new regulations, and entirely new emerging industries. For example, the UK is now ranked third globally in AI tech talent, according to a recent CBRE report. AI development talent in the UK already exceeds 50,000 full-time employed professionals, placing it behind the US and India. Meanwhile, AI-related skills are increasingly in demand. In 2022, AI-skilled job postings in the UK reached peak levels, about 188,000 according to PwC. And it is going to be so important for government and independent reports to be carried out to identify reliable employment data, as due to the surge, that data as of 2025 is currently lacking. Despite minor fluctuations in hiring, demand for AI skills continues to climb, indicating the field's momentum is unlikely to slow. In such a dynamic environment, PPD is essential to ensure we are globally competitive. PPD also helps you to stay technically relevant, meet employer or client expectations, navigate ethical and legal implications, improve your confidence and credibility, and be ready for career advancement transitions, such as promotions or sidesteps. PPD also supports lifelong learning, which is now considered a key skill in its own right. For anyone who is working towards or maintaining professional registration, so RTech AI, RPAI, or APAI, PPD isn't optional. It's part of your code of conduct. Professional registration also requires you to do PPD as it shows commitment to standards and ethics, enhances trust with employers, colleagues, and the public. It often requires evidence of your activities, and this evidence is good for you as it shows how far you have come. Everyone successful has a plan, and these stepping stone activities, these milestones, allow you to see your progress and success. It also shows your activities not worth doing again, so you don't waste your time. In regulated fields like data and AI, where decisions affect privacy, finance, fairness, ethics and professionalism. It's not just nice to have, it's super critical. When writing a PPD report, the most important elements you want to include are your aims and future plans. So, what's next? Maybe you're planning to attend a conference like the annual IST Technical Conference in September. Or perhaps you want to dig deeper into reinforcement learning or synthetic data. What is your aim and what is your plan? You'd also want to include your biography, your mini CV, so that the Institute can pair your application to individuals in a similar field of work. You will be peer assessed by two separate assessors. Learning activities and outcomes. For example, you attended an online course on responsible AI by Microsoft, or I've read research papers on explainable large language models for healthcare diagnostics. You want to also include the skills that you have acquired. What skills did you gain from that particular activity? Are they new skills, or was it refreshing those existing skills? How has it benefited you personally, but also how has it benefited users of your work, your colleagues, your clients, your students? How has it benefited your organization? And most important of all, you want to include your reflections. What did you learn? How did it challenge or extend your current knowledge? How will you apply what you learn? Learning isn't just about recognizing new knowledge, it's about translating it into action. How will this learning influence your future work, your decisions, or your behavior? And what steps will you take to implement what you have learned? What impact or outcomes resulted or could result from carrying out this activity? This encourages you to think about tangible effects on yourself, your team, and your organization. For example, did this learning improve your performance or efficiency, and has it changed the way you approach similar situations or problems? The reports that you receive to complete from the IST help the registrant to capture this key information in a logical way for you to keep on track. A good PPD isn't just about passive learning, it's about active reflection and its impact. The second most important part is that PPD must be an accurate record, so you need to be able to demonstrate when the activity took place and how long the activity took to complete. This accuracy is essential for maintaining effective PPD. You want to be able to also identify which category your activities fit into. For example, what type of activity is it? And you want to give yourself a point score for each activity. The category is the type of activity you are undertaking. This could be work-based learning, such as your work tasks, problems, or experiences, projects like implementing an AI-powered chatbot, or collaborating with others to refine models. It could also be a professional activity, like being part of a professional body, contributing to the profession through sharing knowledge or taking part in professional networks like the IST Women in Tech Group, and contributing to special interest groups. It could also mean contributing to publications such as the IST's The Journal and the Tech Magazine. It could also mean speaking at a conference or a webinar. There is also formal or educational, which is a structured learning with set objectives, such as completing courses and obtaining qualifications. Self-directed learning is another type of activity. The independently initiated activities that build on knowledge and skills, such as reading the latest AI research papers or exploring new AI tools. The last type of activity is your other activities, essentially voluntary work. This is unpaid work that contributes to your development and learning. Volunteering with a non-profit would account for this, and mentoring students or early career professionals. For best practice, it's essential to maintain a well-rounded mix of PPD activities to ensure your PPD report reflects a diverse range of learning experiences. This demonstrates that your skills and knowledge are being developed through various different methods. If you can't quite manage 20% in each of those categories, when planning your PPD, avoid focusing solely on just work-based tasks, and be sure to include professional activities such as mentoring and attending conferences, and self-directed learning like reading or completing online courses. In practice, Your PPD reports that you would submit with your RTechAI application can be largely made up of different sessions from the RTechAI course, and each session of the course has covered the different aspects of AI and learning, so you can report each session as a separate activity, meaning you would only need a few activities extra to make sure you have enough content. Lastly, for the point scoring, there are examples at the end of the PPD report to help you score your own activities, and you will get points depending on the duration of the activity, the value of that learning to yourself, and whether it is work related or non work related. To wrap up, PPD keeps you relevant, allows you to demonstrate your credibility, and prepares you so you are ready for that change. PPD is essential for professional registration and to your ethical practice. And in a rapidly evolving space like AI and machine learning, it's non negotiable, emphasizing how critically important PPD is to your professional learning journey. An important take home: don't just do PPD, reflect on it, apply it, and own your growth journey. So next time you read a paper, attend a talk, such as the IST conference, or even debug a tricky model, ask yourself, what did I learn and how can I use this? This is PPD in action.